Well, good afternoon to our esteemed guests here, to SAFA and the World Cup Bid Committee. Because of running really a little bit out of time, we will not begin to take much of your time because you still have some things to do, and you also have arrived this morning. And as sympathetic people, especially in the Department of Sports and Recreation, we would not want to bore you with everything that we do. We would want to give you some time to freshen up and be able to relax a little bit for tonight. We will not then be going into detail onto the slides that we had prepared to go into. Secondly, because I will be with you during your stay in South Africa, I could be able to give some answers to some questions that you might have. Please feel free to do that. One of the things I would like to address is the role that sport has played in our country, a role that has united South Africans, a role that has put South Africans together as a nation. And sport has done that. And throughout the day, as I was sitting through the presentations, the events that we have hosted in this country have clearly indicated that sport has played a major role and will still do that in years to come. Sport has also played a very big role in fighting and in trying to eradicate racism in our country. As you know, our past is a past that we don't want to look at. We would like to go forward from there. And therefore, racism has been part of that past, and sport has played a major role, and still is doing that, to make sure that all South Africans see themselves just as South Africans. Number three, the track record that you have heard of hosting events in this country, the track record that we have of Rugby World Cup 95, that of the inauguration of President Thabo Mbeki in 99, that of the Africa Cup of Nations in our country, the All Africa Games, the IAAF World Championships in South Africa, and other events we have hosted in this country clearly indicate that we have the ability to host any major event. And it would be a very good challenge for us to amass all the experience that we have had over the years to host the World Cup in 2006. And I must mention in the same breath that with all these events, including events like the election, including events like CHOGM, the Commonwealth Heads of Governments, including the non-aligned movement that we have hosted in this country, no incidents whatsoever, no security or crime-related incidents whatsoever have happened around the stadia, around the hotels where the guests have been staying, and nowhere, even on the streets that join those hotels to the major stadia where they are going. No event has threatened any of the major events that we have done in this country. I also want to talk about the passion that South Africans have for sport. South Africans are very passionate about their sport, particularly soccer. They are very passionate, and you will find out for yourselves as you stay with us in these 4 or 5 days that you'll be with us. You will find for yourselves that South Africans are very passionate about sport, and they would love that you give them that opportunity to show their passion for soccer. Our young people in this country are like any young people all over the world. They are looking forward to playing for their country. They are looking forward to participating and assisting in some of these major events. And our young people, as they will be represented here by Minister Isop, will indicate and show to you that looking forward to the World Cup in 2006 is something they would like to really work towards. Honorable members of the FIFA technical team, the decision to bid for the custodian of the 2006 World Cup in South Africa was never an easy one. It took much research, analysis, introspection, and consultation to ensure that consideration was given to all possible eventualities. It only became viable and acceptable once all stakeholders were satisfied that our bid would not be a frivolous attempt. We have made it absolutely clear that we have covered all our bases and that we have to offer. What we have to offer will surpass the stringent requirements to act as hosts to the World Cup. From the outset, government has given this bid its unreserved support. This was born out of deep belief and sincere commitment that South Africa would give undoubted value to staging sport's greatest showpiece on the continent of Africa. And we want to emphasize the point that for us, we've seen this year, this new century, as the dawning of the African century. There are numerous reasons why the 2006 World Cup should be awarded to South Africa. All of them are equally compelling. During the brief stay that you will have in South Africa, your brief stay here in our country, you will witness firsthand our readiness to do the entire football community very proud. And I hope that we have learned a lot from USA 94. I did personally. I was not even a minister by that time. When I attended one of the semifinals in Dallas, Texas, which was one of the best I have seen. And that campaign was led by the leader of your delegation. I hope we have learned a lot from there, and we can be able to learn more from other World Cups that are coming all over the world. Our bid book has illustrated our strengths. Now we can call on you to evaluate those strengths and the basis of your experiences throughout our country. Our Honorable President, Thabo Mbeki, addressing the South African Parliament in his State of Address on Friday, the 4th of February this year, was unequivocal in his support for the Soccer World Cup being staged in Africa in 2006. Describing South Africa as the land of human hope, President Mbeki stressed that we meet all the requirements to host this World Cup as representatives of the African continent. The people of South Africa are ready. If you say to us tomorrow, Mr. Rothenberg, if you ask FIFA to say to us tomorrow, host this tournament, I can assure you we will do it. From cabinet and from the national government of our country to the villagers in the most rural areas of our country, we are ready. Throughout the country, there is a resounding crescendo that the World Cup 2006 has a natural home. And that home is South Africa. Sport in South Africa is more than just playing the game. Sport, and especially soccer, as I've said, has become a major vehicle of change in our country. The power of sport, with its magnetic social endowment and its economic thrust, has become a major source of transformation in this country. Our 2006 World Cup bid is a clear illustration of our commitment to international relations in line with the national policies of our government. I hope, even though we have not given you the presentation as on slides, you will have picked up the passion that South Africans have in this sport. And as you go around and judge us on what we have to offer, keep in mind that the home, the natural home of the 2006 soccer games is in South Africa. I thank you.